Greetings friends, Jared here with another video from Fanboys Forever. Today we're going to be looking at the new reveals, and these were first shown off by Pixel Dan on his channel, so shout out to him of course. And let's go ahead and have a look. So this first one is unfortunately going to be a Target exclusive, and let's hope that they produce this accordingly, but you know they won't. It appears to be a battle-damaged He-Man and Battle Cat. And this is not something I expected. This is kind of a cool idea. Let's get in a little closer. You can see that He-Man himself looks to be holding a solid silver power sword with both halves intact and everything, so that is really good. Last time we've seen those, it's been like with Prince Adam's pink power sword and with the phasing power sword that Keldor came with. So I'm really glad to actually see a traditional one like that. It also appears that He-Man's chest armor has some kind of vac metallization of some sort, and if you look, it does appear that it has some blood splatter on it, so that is really cool. It also looks like this is a brand new head. Now, it looks like that they have done the thing that they tried with the original Battle Armor release, except this time they've done that same sort of expression with the vintage head. So I actually think that's a really good call, and this probably shows us that they are going to be leaning more towards the original vintage-inspired head for the rest of the He-Man releases in line, which is probably for the best. As for any other battle damage, He-Man does have some leg scratches right there, and then we also see that on Battle Cat, he's apparently gotten the worst end of the deal. I also really like, and it's easy to kind of look over this, is that Battle Cat's armor is indeed kind of the more traditional sort of color, and the original release, it was, I've always thought it was a little bright, so this looks a little deeper. I don't know if it's supposed to be a little metallic-y, but to me, to my eye, it looks a little more like the original color. Maybe the fur is a little darker, but it's hard to say. You also get this cool diorama stand, which is something that I really like about the Origins line. They're really going above and beyond in that way. It seems like every vehicle we get has some kind of little diorama or something that it comes with, so that's nice. It has that same speckling in it that Castle Grayskull has, so that's a really cool touch. And I really like the little dragon guys down there, little monsters that we've been seeing on some of the packaging, almost like little horde guys in a way. So I'm really glad to see that. Overall, I am really excited about this one. I hope that there's kind of a painless pre-order, but like I said, I wouldn't get my hopes up about that, and we all know the way it is with these exclusives. But still, I really like it, and I think it's actually a pretty worthwhile little exclusive. Next up, we got Webstore. Now, Webstore here looks really good. He definitely looks very classical, but also kind of like his Masters Universe Classics counterpart in a way. Some of the design work is very similar. Like in the grappling hook and the gun there, they look nice. They did say in Pixel Dan's interview that there would be kind of a mechanical like action feature that actually retracts the cord. So that is really cool that they're actually integrating some of the old school action features. Hopefully it'll work well and there won't be any kind of technical things with it. But it's really solid, especially the kind of tamper-graphic detail on the front of the chest armor. Looks really nice, and the head sculpt is also pretty impressive. So I'm really liking this release, and it looks like a very solid Evil Warrior release. Next up we have Stinkor, and they did confirm that he would have his bad smell, so I'm curious as to what that will actually be like, so we'll see. But this looks great. I really love the application of the white little stripes on the shoulders and on the face. Shield looks nice. The armor is very well sculpted. Really liking the looks of this, all the little rivets and details and the vent in the front. Head sculpt is incredibly classic, and of course we've already seen the sculpt made to that head sculpt already, so we kind of knew what to expect. Liking the orange furry shorts, of course, and everything looks exactly as it should for Stinkor. Really curious about what that smell is going to be like. Alright, next up we have the Green Goddess, and this looks really cool. They've made some interesting decisions here that I'll get right into. First things first, I like that Teela's like outfit from the original sculpt, of course. We know this isn't exactly Teela. It depends on what continuity you subscribe to. But if you look on like her tunic down there, there's a really cool shade of green, and everything on top of it is like a light blue. So that's really cool looking. The skin is more of just like a light kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like a light green. It's not exactly like a transparent kind of look. I mean, it could be. It's really hard to say, isn't it? Because we're looking at this on a white backdrop. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be transparent plastic or if it's just a light green color. You guys tell me in the comments what you're thinking here. The one issue could be the paint rub that we see on the chest, so we'll see about that. I'm not sure that the lips are working for me. I mean, I think maybe they should have been green, and since they have just the regular red shade and the hair is still red and everything, it looks a little weird. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what it was like in the art. Maybe you guys can enlighten me. Maybe that original artwork, it was the same way, but something about that is kind of throwing it off for me. So I'm not really sure what to make of that one, but it's not anything that's a deal breaker, and I think that it still looks like a really nice release. And we also have the Lords of Power Beastman. Now, there's been some controversy about this because people were a little upset that they shelled out the big money for the big box set in PowerCon last year, and then this came out. But I don't really like that attitude very much. I think that that's very anti-fans, anti-consumer. I am always for any company that finds a way to release something that was exclusive, like, to more people. And I think it's a little selfish to look at it that way. So that's just my hot take right there for the video. But I am really glad that they've found a way to get this out, and those people shouldn't be complaining anyway, because this is a very different look. As a matter of fact, he's more in the red original look that we saw from those old mini comics, and it helps differentiate him to the point where I really do prefer this over that PowerCon release. So they took something that was really cool, and I think they've made it even more so. So I'm really glad to get this, and I think he looks terrific. You wouldn't even have to say this is Beastman in your collection. The sculpting on the shoulder armor there is really nice, and I'm loving the kind of more ape-like head sculpt, and the belt looks terrific. They really did so many cool things with this, and I absolutely love it. To me, this is a big improvement over the red mini comics Beastman that they released for the PowerCon exclusive way back in the day that you can find a review of here on the channel if you look back, you know, I don't know, maybe 6-7 years. So it's great to see this, and this is just awesome looking. And because it was Pixel Dan, here's a little screen cap from his video. Again, big shout out to him. Glad that he scored this cool exclusive interview with the Mattel team. Be sure you check out that video after you're done here. And because it's Pixel Dan, they shown Mosquitor because they knew Dan would be excited. That's his favorite character. And not only is there just a standard Mosquitor head, but you also get this cool effect head, or I don't know if it's a head or an attachment or something, that shows that you can like have him extracting the blood from the characters. And they also have an action feature here with the kind of pumping mechanism that makes the blood kind of pump in the chest. So I thought that was really cool and just something I thought I'd throw in. They also shown the official images of the Wind Raider, which have been floating around for a few days online, and this looks really terrific. Now to me, this looks awfully similar to the Masters Universe Classics version, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know if this is kind of like a downsized version. I think it might be fairly original sculpting, but whatever it is, I'm really loving this display stand, this kind of like little diorama thing. This will look terrific once you put this and the Target exclusive Battle Armor He-Man and Battle Cat pack. When you put those dioramas right beside a Castle Grayskull, they all have the same color of stone and everything. It's just going to look really nice. So I'm really liking this, and I think it looks really cool. Alright guys, so that'll do it for our video today, and we have Skeletor to wish us well here at the end. Not my work, found it on Facebook. Anyway though guys, what do you all think about these cool reveals? I'm really liking everything I'm seeing. There was a couple of design decisions about Green Goddess that I'm not exactly sure about, but I think the others are really bringing it home for me. It just looks like Mattel is getting better and better with the origin stuff, and clearly the retailer support is there and the fan support is there because they keep going with it and keep going into more obscure directions, things like Lords of Power, things like Green Goddess, that you wouldn't necessarily expect, and definitely retailers are interested because we are getting retailer exclusives and more of them, and clearly Target noticed about the big demand for the Keldor and the Cronus 2-pack. So they're ordering more, and even though, you know, it's kind of irritating, this is more, I think, in line with what people expect exclusives to be when you have something like a battle damaged version of He-Man and a battle damaged version of Battle Cat. And I think that that is just smarter business. I think that this way people aren't as angry if they can't find it, and maybe it's not as hotly sought after, but you never know. Maybe this will be another nightmare, just like the Keldor and Cronus 2-pack. But of course, let me know in the comments down below what you're thinking about all this. Are you liking all the reveals? Anything you would have done differently? Am I way off on my Green Goddess criticisms? Are you feeling the same way? Let me know down below. And again, I would like to have a big shout out to Pixel Dan, and I'm really glad for all the work he's done over the years in the community. It's not went unnoticed, Dan, so God bless you. All right, guys, speaking of that, God bless you all, and I hope that everybody has a great day and a great week. Y'all take care. Until next time, Fanboy out.